La da 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 dum 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 dum. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Health is good. Hey, 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 what's up, ladies and gentlemen? If you're just tuning in, this is Cam with the Print Life, and we're going to be starting in 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and roll that motherfucking intro! Oh, hello, Print fam. Welcome to the Print Life Live, where we talk about news, business, and whatever the hell else I want to talk about or you want to talk about. And then at the end, we answer your questions. Welcome to the show. I'm going to go to the chat feed and say what's up to everybody. Mystic Focus, you still in the room? If you are, welcome. Lucifer M, what up, what up, what up, Lucifer? Dan A, will there be a test? There will not be a test. You are live right now. Self-motivated, what is up, dude? We're gonna just kind of let people start tuning in. Gabriel Lopez, what's up, my man? Keep them coming. Keep the what's ups coming, guys. In the meantime, while you guys are giving me my what's ups, we're gonna get started with the motivational quote of the day. Today's is a very complicated motivational quote. It reads, never complain, never explain. That's right. Never complain, never explain. This is by some Brit. Dude's name's Benjamin Disraeli. Don't know. Anyway. Excuse me. So how does this quote apply to you guys? Let me know in the chat box whilst I'm explaining it myself. Okay, so never complain, never explain. How do I apply this to my life? As a matter of fact, I don't really. Reason number one, because I pretty much complain to my girlfriend nonstop every chance I get. And the second thing is like, I don't explain myself often, but I do sometimes feel the need to explain myself. Not my opinions or shit like that, but as like a business owner, sometimes I gotta explain like what needs to be done. Anyway, so objectively, with that little soundbite, it's very pithy in its nature, but I understand that, first off, I should probably monitor the amount of complaining I do to my lady, because I think I don't really complain to anybody else except her, but I think when you verbalize something, it tends to manifest itself. Welcome everybody that just tuned in. I'll be saying what's up shortly. I'm going over my quote of the day, so hang tight. So yeah, when you verbalize like a negative thought or you complain about something, especially to another person verbally, it tends to manifest itself, which can then bring negative results and a negative lifestyle, and overall just put you in a shitty mood. So I probably need to monitor that. And then the second thing is explaining. Yeah, I mean, I tend to explain myself more in this vlog and in this media outlet, but other than that, I'm not real big on explaining myself. Anyways, that's that. Let's go back to the chat box. Gabriel, I said what's up to you. Mystic Focus, what's up? Dude, I got the burble guts today. This is insane. Cato Images 1, what's up? How are ya? Fabio Gutierrez, hey, hey, hey. Self-motivated, some Brit, yeah, I don't know, dude. Dan A, haha, what's up, Dan? How are you, my friend? Chris Howland, what's up, dude? Lucifer, okay, guys, so I gave my what's ups. Now I'm going to get back to my little news feed moment, and then after that, you know, we'll run through this shit. We'll get to the Q&A. So here's the thing. I am going to keep this live event sort of short because I got a bunch of shit to do. We're flying out first thing in the morning. But that segues into my news portion of the programming because Gonna be in Vegas tomorrow. Gonna be printing live. It's gonna be fucking awesome. And y'all will probably... Who's out front there? I'm live and the shop is busy as shit. Anyway, we're gonna be in Vegas. Got our first event with the new mobile press. So this is officially going to be the first time that we're taking the press, we're loading it on an airplane, flying to our destination, taking it all, going to the event, setting up, printing, come back, all this shit. And conveniently enough, it just happens to be a state away. About an 8-hour drive and about an hour and a half flight. So it should be good. But I got the new experience nerves going. Just a bit. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet, guys. But that's really the majority of the news that I got for the day, is that I'm going to be in Vegas. So I will most definitely do my best to vlog the event. There's certain rules in the casinos about filming, so I'll have to keep it low key and go like a super fucking guerrilla with the way that I film it. But I'll definitely film going. I'll vlog it, and so you guys will probably be able to see those vlogs uploaded next week, maybe even sooner. I don't have a laptop. I edit on a desktop. I don't own a laptop, so I can't edit on the fly. Anyway, guys, that's it pretty much for the news. I don't have any business topics today. None of that shit. So start feeding me your questions through the chat window right now. And while I'm waiting for those to come through, I'm going to take just a second to quickly babble about this. This is kind of like it's a thought that I've been having lately. I'm going to close this door because I can hear these fucktards out here. Hang on. You ain't done yet? Okay, I'm back. What's it called? So, I'm sitting, taking care of some business by myself without my phone. Yeah, just thinking. That's right. Sometimes I think when I'm not like finger diddling my phone or banging on the keys. I sit there and think. Here's the thing that came to me whilst I was taking a time to reflect. Let me premise this by saying I was thinking about blacksmithing. So I've been getting into blacksmithing. I used to make knives as a kid, but I did like the takeaway method. But I've been just buying parts and shit because I want to start making knives again, right? So I'm sitting there on the John. That's right. It's on the shitter. Thinking. Y'all should try it sometime. Anyway, as I'm sitting there thinking about blacksmithing and shit, this thought pops in my head. And the thought is about like when the first dude that was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a bunch of these rocks over here and I'm gonna put them in this fire right here, and then I'm gonna get them to the point that the rocks are fucking melting, and from that melted rock, liquid metal spills out and forms a chunk of heavy stuff. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking, it's a magical scenario by itself, but that's not what really got me going. What the fuck? What started me on this journey, or this mental thought journey, is this, and I think about this kind of shit all the time, but I became obsessed with the fucking dude that decided to do this. Not just the dude, not a group of dudes. I'm talking about the first guy. Number one, first dude. There isn't even a thought in this world of metal or steel or a knife or a fucking sword or a fucking car. It's just a dude with a fire and some rocks, and he discovers this thing, right? Okay, now you've melted this shit down and you've ended up with this blob of heavy hard shit, right? Magically you made it from fire, but you don't exactly have a tool. You've never had a tool. You've never had a tool made of steel. So the question is, how did you make this? How did the first person make his first tool? It's not like he ran to his toolbox and grabbed a hammer and started banging on this slag, right? How'd he do it? What kind of sick fuck took one blob of steel and then he took a second blob of steel, that blob of steel, throws it in the fire, gets it red hot, sits it on a flat piece of something, and starts banging and banging and banging, and voila, it's a fucking knife. It's mind-boggling to me. I mean, and then I started thinking about, like, so how many people around the planet, the Earth, whatever this is, were doing the exact same thing at the exact same moment, or in the same time frame, it's the same lifespan, whatever. Probably just that one dude, right? I mean, you think about this. We as a society, a modern society, take so much for granted. Indoor plumbing, automobiles, electricity, a fucking knife, right? You can buy a knife for $2.50 at the Dollar General. We take so much for granted. But at the end of the day, pretty much all of this stuff that we have now, for the most part, one dingbat came along and he figured some shit out that no other dumbasses could figure out. And then that dude showed it to his buddy, and then his buddy showed it to his buddy, and they elaborated on it, and they made it better. But at the end of all of that, this amazing society started from one fucking idiot throwing some rocks and some fucking fire. It's crazy. Anyway, that's my thought for the day, guys. Now it's time for our Q&A. Thank you for suffering that little rant. I was just going to give you all time to ask some questions. So let's pop over to the chat window and figure this shit out. Go up to the top here. What's up? I saw a... Will there be a test? There might, man. Dan A asks if there's going to be a test. Everything is a test. Learn it and live it. Okay, we're going to start with Chris Howland, and he asks, what version of Adobe Illustrator are you using? Me personally, I'm using the cloud-based, so Adobe Illustrator CC. I don't know what version it's on now, but I've had pretty much every version since they released it. But when I started screen printing, I started on a pirated version of it, and I used that shit for years and years and fucking years. And then I pirated the newer version, but CS6 is still very comparable. It does amazing stuff. You don't need to go to the cloud-based software if you're borrowing the program for the time being. CS6, CS5, they'll cover you. As far as I can remember, it's been a little while since I've used them, but. It's a good whatever you got, dude, it'll work fine. Lucifer M asks me, what do you think of Ultraceps? It seems to be the best separation method plugin for Photoshop. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think that's the one that I have now. Ultraceps is the one that has all the actions on the side, and it's pretty good. So the thing about Ultraceps, and the reason that I am strongly leaning towards Separation Studio, is I just believe Separation Studio is more trainable. And this is the thing that you have to consider. Unless you want to be a solo kind of cat, which is cool, running out of your garage or whatever, your basement, then you could get whatever shit you want. But when you're considering the fact that you need a program that you can train a dum-dum to do, your options become far more limited. And from what I could tell, Separation Studio is just the most intuitive in terms of, like, you just feed it the damn image, it spits out some shit, and then the more advanced people can make adjustments to it, but even a dum-dum can run something through it, separate it for print production. So if it's me, I'm leaning towards Separation Studio, but I will tell you that I'm pretty sure that's what I have now is Ultraceps, and it's a good program. It does the majority of the stuff for you. It's just not as intuitive. If you don't have a strong grasp of working with channels and how to utilize the channels in Photoshop to separate like photographs and stuff, it's going to be a bit of a learning curve, but you guys can do it. Just check it out, man. I think it was a hell of a lot cheaper than Separation Studio, which is probably why you're considering it. But if it's me, dude, honestly, learn how to separate manually in Photoshop using the color picker. I will make a video for you guys on this. I promise. I've been slacking on the tutorials just because I've been so taken over by the whole live screen printing thing. But I will make a video on just manually doing basic separations in Photoshop very soon. But in the meantime, man, get Ultraceps probably first because it's cheaper and it'll get the job done. But it isn't as intuitive and it may overwhelm you if you don't have experience. If you have experience, you'll love it. And it's cheaper, so... I am Sentence. What's going on? Thank you for the question. And the question is, can you use normal paper for screen printing? Like, you mean like... how do you mean? Tell me, and I'll come back to that. But how do you mean? I guess I don't fully understand. Fabio Gutierrez. Rye Beach, you made it, dude. Glad, finally. You belong here. And anybody who's just joining, I'm doing the Q&A now, so start feeding me your questions and I'll get to them. I'm trying to elaborate. We completely skipped over the news feed and all that shit today. So thanks for tuning in. I'm really glad you're here. Hang out through the whole thing. Also, I forgot, dude. You guys, like... I'm going to take a second. When I'm answering the next question, head over to Instagram, head over to Twitter, follow me at Cam Earven. That's CAMEARVEN. One more time. That's Cam Earven. I forgot how to spell. Dude. It's an age thing. Your brain just starts mushing. CAMEARVEN on Instagram and on Twitter. I need all y'all following me on both accounts, man, because I'm actually going to start asking you questions through Twitter so that it's easier to fish through them. Okay, in the meantime, what are you going to say? Let's walk around your home. Yeah, I am Sentence. Elaborate on that when you say using normal paper. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. You can definitely print on normal paper. You can make a stencil for a screen with normal paper. Other than that, I'm not sure what you're asking, so just ask me that. Okay. Fabio Gutierrez, when are you going to give us a walk around on your homemade press? Dude, I'm playing that thing super close to the chest, man. So here's the thing, guys. I love y'all. I know a lot of you are even tuning in just to get the 411 on the live screen printing thing. Well, here's the deal. The market is getting saturated, man. Just this year we lost tons of our accounts in other states, which means every printer in every area is starting to pop up and do this shit. Okay. Now, I developed the press so that we weren't stuck, so that it was easier to get to other cities and other states. And I hope you guys can understand this, man, but I am going to play it close to the chest because the market's already starting to get saturated. There's people in every city doing it in their local area, which means it's hard for us to compete already when you include the cost of flight time or travel time. But I want this to be a nationwide business, not just isolated to my state. So the press will not only be excluded from this, if it is included in the footage and shit like that, it's going to be blurred out. Sorry, man. I know that's fucking selfish of me, guys, but I'm telling you, man, this live screen printing thing, it's drying up. It's drying up. You can't make a living off of it in just your own state and city anymore. So you need to be able to go nationwide. I'm sorry, guys. I feel shitty about it, but can you blame me? I think you'd do the same thing. But thank you for asking, man. And then fuck, man, maybe if it still takes off and we're doing a bunch of jobs every month, then I'll go ahead and share it with you guys, because at that point, who cares? But it's still a new business, and I've invested a ton of times into it, so I need to hold the information a little bit closer. I've been too liberal with it in the past videos. Okay. Oh shit. Gabriel Lopez, how much is my rent? It's cheap, man. It's real cheap. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's real cheap. Well, you know what? Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like my landlord would have a problem with that. My landlord watches these videos. So, yeah, I can't share it with you, but it's very reasonable. But, you know, it's a little ghetto, so it's reasonable for a reason. Can you start answer question? I am Sentence. Can you start answer question? Sorry, guys. I'm talking about the fabric ink screen printing on paper. Okay. So your question is, here's what you can do with paper. You can print plastisol on it. I've done it successfully, but it like peels right off with your fingernail. If you're going to print on paper with screen printing, you want to use either water-based ink which is kind of universal. You can use water-based ink for fabric on paper very easily. It works pretty well, actually. Or you need to buy like the solvent-based inks from Nasdar and shit like that. Those print on paper the best, and they'll hold up the longest. But yes, you could definitely print on paper. I am Sentence. Thank you for the question. Gabriel Lopez, do you another question from Gabriel. If you're just tuning in, welcome and thank you for tuning in. Go to your social media right now and share with everybody that we are live. All of you guys, do me a favor and go do that. Share the live feed so that people tune in, so that these things get higher, so that, you know, the channel grows and all that kind of stuff. Gabriel Lopez, thank you for this question. He's asking, do you use Printavo or something of that nature? I did use Printavo. That shit is dope, man. Printavo's, it's the best. For shop management, there is nothing better than Printavo. I fucking promise you that. Beats Inksoft. I've had them both. I still have Inksoft, but it blows Inksoft out of the water in terms of shop management ability. It's just more intuitive. It's visually nicer. It runs off the Amazon server, so it runs smooth. And the dude, he's trying to really keep up with it. The Bruce Ackerman dude, he's really trying to keep up with it and grow it, and it's awesome. But we don't use any of those anymore. Our shop management system is all custom built. We've automated a lot of our tasks and stuff, so we're not using them right now. But get so much hate for being bullshit. Okay, oh sorry guys, I'm still on Gabriel's thing. I thought that was so yes, man, if you're just starting out, bro, I think Printavo's, I don't know what they're up to now. When I did it, they were like $99 a month for the full thing. They may be up a little higher than that, but $150 a month for an entire shop management tool that he is modifying all the time and he's upgrading all the time. Can't beat it, man. I think that the industry needs it, that particular software. And for me personally, dude, the cloud, I love the cloud. Granted, this internet thing may just, you know, take a nosedive and everything falls apart, but until then, it's just a beautiful way to go. Try Printavo, you won't regret it. And it's like, if you don't like it, you can always stop. Inksoft, I don't know. Whatever. Dude, you're doing okay. Lucifer M again. Hey, he understands. Still, Separation Studio gets so much hate for being bullshit. And you know what? That may very well be true. I only did the trial version of Separation Studio. I have not done my time with it. I would assume the reason it gets hate is because it utilizes like a pre-existing color palette of inks, right? And they're kind of like their own version of simulated shit that's probably kind of exclusive to Ryanet's inks. But from my understanding, you could customize all those colors. You can add and remove colors, as many as you want. And I don't know, man. You know what I'll do too, because I'm gonna at least get it and give it a shot. I will. It'll be a few months, but I'll get it in here. I'll do a review of it, and I'll give my honest to God opinion. And I will do a versus of Ultraceps or whatever the Photoshop plugin is, and I'll give you my honest answer, and it will not be biased. If fucking Ryanet would start cutting me like sponsorship checks, then I would do a buyer's review and say Separation Studio is best. But until that happens, I'll just do it. And I'll be honest about it. Dan A. Dude, you're doing great, Crescent. How often will you be doing this live show? Dan, I'm going to be going live every Wednesday. It's probably at 3 p.m. That's going to be it. If you're just tuning in, we're on the Q&A section of this video now. So hang in, throw me your question into the live chat. And then when this is over, go back and you can watch the introduction to the video, guys. And also, go share that we are live on your social media right now. Lucifer M. Yes. Okay, yeah, Lucifer, I'll do that, man. I will definitely do a comparison of them. Two Will, what's up, my friend? Hit and Run do their thing on live screen printing. Yes, Hit and Run is the premier one. They're the premier. They've been doing it the longest. Hit and Run is the game. We're tailing them. We're doing everything we can to take a little piece of their market. So they probably hate us, just like they probably disapprove of us the same way I disapprove of everybody else trying to take my piece of the market. Can't blame you, though. You sound like Lou, Mystic Focus. You sound like Lou from Unbox Therapy. Cool. What is that? Him? Lou? That's cool. I'll check it out and see what you mean. Someone the other day said I sound like motherfucking Ashton Kutcher. Okay, I meant paper printer. Can you use them? And my second question, where can I find a film positive? Okay, so I am sentenced. I meant paper printer. Can you use them? Okay, gotcha. And my second question, where can I find a film positive, like anything to burn the image on for screen printing? Okay. A paper printer can be used to print your films, and that's what I think what you're actually asking. Okay, so this is what I'm going to tell you, just because it's the universal place. You more than likely have a local screen printing supplier in your area, so get in the phone book, get on Google, go on the Yellow Pages, and look for a screen print supplier in your area. When you find them, give them a call, tell them you need, just keep it small for now, you need 8.5 by 11 waterproof film transparencies. And you also need a black max conversion for your version of your printer. You can all see, this is the thing. There's so many ways to go about this. It depends on your budget. You need some kind of an Epson printer. And then when you find a model that maybe you like, just verify that they have blank, empty cartridges, like refillable cartridges for it that you can slide into it. If they have that, you can buy the Black Max ink from any of your screen printing suppliers and you're good to go. It's actually really cheap. We did a full Black Max conversion, but it's not technically a Black Max. They were empty cartridges, and then we buy the ink by the liter, put it in each thing, everything's good to go. It's actually really cheap to do the conversion. Don't buy the actual official Black Max conversion because it costs too goddamn much. And then what you'll need with most Epsons is you need a chip resetter. So you buy the cartridges, you take the old ones out, you use the chip resetter, you reset the thing, you put it in, it'll run until it thinks it's empty, then you take the cartridge back out, you hit it with the chip resetter again, and you can keep reusing those refillable cartridges. Hopefully that helps. Good. Dan A, I'm cracking up here, man. Good. Lucifer M, M&R Rock or MHM Automatics. Dude, I don't know, man. I've been considering automating for a while now, and I'll be 100% honest with you. I'm like hardcore, and I'm gonna go to the Saiga. I'm gonna go to Saiga. What the SIGA Long Beach this year, because the one that I actually like the most so far, and I've looked at all of them, is honestly the Anatol Volts. Because the Volts, man, you don't need the air compressor, and I'm telling you, every screen printing shop that I know, the issue with the automatics is always the air compressor, almost exclusively, and I really do like the idea of the Volt, but I'm gonna go check it out. My buddies have the Rock, and they love it. They talk very highly of it. The biggest, I would say right now, it's got to be Rock or MHM if you're cool with the air. If you're cool with having some air. I think that they use, I'm not sure what that press uses air on. I can't remember right now. I think it has index air index. I can't remember. Anyway, but I don't know, man. I know I'm going to catch a lot of shit for this because pretty much the industry hates Anatol. Your boy don't hate Anatol. Your boy's actually rather impressed with Anatol, and I'm going to go look at that press this year and make my decision, but I'll probably have one of those presses in by next year. Just can't decide which one. Printavo got too expensive. So what are they up to now? I don't even know. Yeah, they're probably up to $150 or something a month now. Dude, it's still worth it. So if you're dealing with, 10 to 20 customers a month, you can manage just fucking invoicing, just doing manual invoices and whatever. But when you get over that amount, man, and you're trying to juggle all these different projects in your head, you need a shop management system. And the better the system, it's worth its weight in gold. So you will get to a point where you're going to need a very all-inclusive management system, and I'm telling you, man, Printavo is where it's at for that. It doesn't matter what he charges. I think he's still charging too little. To me, the thing is so much that it's, a minimum $250 a month. It's worth it. That's what he's got to do just to make a living off the thing, because it's not like an application that everyone's going to have. It's a very limited industry, even though it's still a big industry. I don't know. I think it's dope, man. I need to get him to sponsor this podcast and all this shit. Anyway, let's move on. Gee, self-motivated. Okay, I'm going to read this, but I don't know if I can answer it yet. This question, Lucifer M. I paid $29 a month for Printavo back when it started. Yeah, I did that too. Yeah, he does, man. I think he's a real good at marketing and shit like that. And again, Bruce is keeping up on it. He's upgrading the system. So you guys, you just can't go wrong with it. Get started with the basic one and then make the upgrades, because he does have like a feature. He allows different features. Yeah, I didn't start at $29, but I think I tested it out when he was offering like a $49 special or something like that. Worth every penny, dude. It just didn't do everything that I wanted it to do, which is why I built my own thing. One day in the near future, we may be releasing our system as a plugin for WordPress, and yeah, we might. I'm strongly considering it, but we'll see. Haven't decided yet. Danny, oh yeah, self-motivated. Thank you for the question. I know there is a lot of variables that come into play with this question, but if you had to estimate, what's the maximum shirts you guys can print in an 8-hour shift? When we do all heads down and we bring extra help in, dude, good question. Again, man, yeah, there is so many things. Like, let's just call it a one color, but dude, they can do shit, dude. It's a good question, man. You know what's funny? I'm supposed to know my numbers, and normally I do, but at this moment, I'm drawing a complete blank. And we've tested it out many times. Sorry, my phone's ringing. Let's go ahead and ignore that. Yeah, dude, I would have to look at my numbers and tell you that. Not a numbers guy, but we've tested it many times. Surprising. It's really surprising. The trick with the manual press, too, is you treat it like an automatic. So you get a person loading, you get a person pulling the squeegee. One guy's loading and turning, the other guy's just pulling, and unloading. You can get them fuckers flying, man. We get our manuals flying at freakish rates of speed when we need to, but it's a lot of labor. The best thing about a manual is the elbows, right? The elbows. I look at it this way: manual press is like in the construction world, which I reference everything to the construction world. A manual screen printing press, like when you gotta dig a ditch with a shovel. You gotta go 6 foot deep. You gotta go 10 foot long. And you got to go 4 foot wide, right? You're digging a plumbing trench or a conduit trench. Probably gonna take you all goddamn day. It may take you 2 days to dig that shit. That's with hard labor. An automatic is like bringing in the backhoe. It's more of a pain in the ass to get it there. You don't just grab your shovel out of the back of the truck and walk for it. It's a pain in the ass to get it there. It's a pain in the ass to get set up. Costs a lot to get set up, but once it's in place, shit, it just crushes it. The humans can't compete. So automatics is a very important part of the whole thing, but you can still do a lot. And I'm gonna tell you what, I was a fast manual printer. I was a fast goddamn ditch digger too. If you got work ethic, it's all good. I don't know why. Where did I go? Huh? Excuse my rant. Do you guys provide training classes? Okay, Dan A, do you guys provide training classes on screen printing? Either class or one-on-one? You know what, Dan? We don't, man. I feel like I'm doing that kind of with the YouTube channel, which I think it's pretty much got everything you need if you have your equipment. I can see, you know what? I might do that sometime in the near future. I think that'd be a good idea. I'm gonna consider it. What's up, 2Will, man? It's good to hear from ya. My logo on it. I'll pay. Okay, 2Will. Hey, what's up, Cam? What's up, dog? Elevation print sign. The fuck's up back, dog? It's good to see you. Glad you're here. Did you share that we're live on your socials? Hope you did. 2Will. Let's call her and do some live screen printing. That's what we need to do, man. We need to do some kind of live event. All of us, like the group, we need to do like a Google Hangout. We're going to figure this out. We're working at it. 2Will, Jason, everybody's here. This is sick, boys. We're at 28, so it's growing slowly. It just takes time on the mic. Color Separation Studio does the job. It's not so Color Separation Studio is not Ryanet sponsored because anyway, that's good. Too expensive, paying full price is right. Okay. So getting started printing, doing small runs of my own work. Yeah, okay, so I do want to say something here. And I don't know, again, I don't have experience with Separation Studio. This is what I've learned, man. And I'm the bootstrapper, just like I know my boy 2Will is, or I think we're actually cut from the same fucking cloth. You try to, when you're starting out in something, you do everything on the cheapest way possible, kind of like a DIY craftsman style. You make it yourself, you fudge shit, you make it work. And then as things progress, though, there is this line where you say, it's like, am I going to buy a used press, or am I just going to fucking buy something brand new because I know it's going to work? There's like a tipping point where the extra money spent is worth the fucking, goddamn it, how do I put this? Ages, man, my brain is just like a fucking lava. There's nothing happening in there. It's just like brain matter floating around. There's a point where it's easier to just pay a little bit more and not have to deal with the headache of like fudge and shit. And that's the whole point, man. It depends on where you're at in the whole game, right? Because again, I started without any separating I didn't have any rip, I didn't have any separation software, and I was able to do all of it. But it was a fucking headache. Flip side of that, you pay a little bit more for this different shit, the different things, you try different stuff out. And in return for paying a little bit more, it's less of a headache most of the time. Again, I can't confirm that with Separation Studio or anything in particular, but I think that's a good rule of thumb for anybody starting out. Gabriel Lopez, pissed. Why are you pissed, homie? There's an Anatol Auto Facebook group. They know their shit. Oh, okay. Now that's good to know. I think, Anatol's doing some stuff, man. I don't think they're going to be they went through a phase where they had terrible customer service, but we're getting past all that. Anyway. Donnie Michael, Jason Enns, 2Ill. Okay, guys. Gonna invest in this. So 2Ill is gonna go with the M&R auto. Makes sense. Yeah, M&R's tried and true, right? I think rock though, dude. I think M&R is more affordable for very similar feature sets, but those rocks, there's something else. There's something else. The coolest thing about the rock is the fact that the arm lifts up much like a manual press, so it's easier to wipe. At the shop that I worked at, the autos, the M&Rs, the older ones, I can't remember which one it was, like wiping the screens and shit. It's just a lot different. Rock did something, and MHM did something with that lifting arm. I think that's really cool. Their style of YouTube videos, that'd be cool to see. Yeah, we need to buy an auto or have a shop. Let me do a video there. Yeah, that'd be sick. That might be what we all need to do, man. We all need to start teaming up because Amazon's coming. They're coming, motherfuckers. They're gonna take this whole shit over. I'm used on everything. Hard times over here. Uproar says I'm used on everything. Hard times over here. And that's the game, man. You know, whether you're 2 years, whether you're 6 months deep, 10 years deep, you know, everyone's growth is different. We're not super big, man. And I've been doing this for now, 6 years. I thought it was 5 just the other day, but did some math. 6 years. And we've been growing slow. Things are slow. Things are chill. It's just, that's life, man. But at the end of the day, you're gonna keep doing it because you love it, and then things will they always work out. Life is super chill, and as long as you keep a roof over your head and you're eating food, you're good to go. That's for him, and your family's paid for and all that. Yeah, I know. Especially because we switched over to the green color at the advice of the YouTube print fam. It would really match with the rock presses, but it's just not something. I don't know. I do like them a lot. I don't want no damn air. I think that's the thing. M&R crank shit out. Ideal for production like we do with multicolor. All right, guys. So I'm not seeing a whole lot more questions here, and that's a pretty good wrap up, man. We got 41 minutes in. Your boy can deal with that. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all are motherfucking awesome. Give me the peace outs in the live chat. When this is over, if you tuned in late, go watch it back from the beginning. I talked about some weird shit about fucking metal. It's weird. I'm not sure why I went there, but I went there. Because I didn't have no news, man. It's funny. There's not a lot of news in regards to screen printing or this particular industry in general. I mean, it's $1 billion a year. Billions. I don't even know how many billion. But it's a big industry. You'd think there'd be a little bit more news on it. Maybe this needs to be the source for news. Maybe we should start doing news on other printers. Or like hire. You know what? That would be cool, guys. I'll tell you what. I just had this idea. So Impressions and all of these other, wearables magazine, they cover industry stuff, right? So bear with me here. No one tune out. 29 of you. I got an idea here. Everyone listen up. Stop chatting. Here we go. You guys, the print fam, the people that are tuning in with me on the print life, let's start feeding me some news about your shops, about the shops that you're dealing in. I'll start putting in the news about my shop. Maybe we can cultivate an independent, locally owned news channel around the screen printing industry, and it can be as literally as something as 2ill has just hired their second employee or their first employee. Fabio Gutierrez has opened his shop in Middle America. Let's give him a shout out and let's throw him some goodwill kind of thing. Let's start creating a news channel here, and I will actually do it up. Here's how I want you guys to feed me the news. Okay, so if something happens with your shop, let's see if we can make this work. If something happens at your shop, anything, news, even if it seems small to you, hit me on Twitter or hashtag it the print life with the news. Then I'll reach out to you and get the details, and we'll start covering that news on the motherfucking Print Life Live. It's a great idea. This is what we're gonna do. That's it. Anyway, back to, I still haven't memorized my outro. I'm going, okay, print fam, thank you for tuning in to the Print Life Live. By the way, these are being uploaded to the iTunes podcast. So head over to the iTunes. Yeah, you guys, everyone who tuned in, head over to iTunes, like right after this. Subscribe to the Print Life podcast, and then throw us like a 5-star review. Just throw me a 5-star review. That way it actually starts showing up on. Do that right after this. That would be I'd hugely would appreciate it. Tune in Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for screen printing news, and then at the end we do the Q&A, and then in the middle of all that I talk about whatever the hell else I want to fucking talk about. It's gonna be sweet. Like, subscribe, share on social media, and then ding the bell on the YouTube channel so that you get my notifications when I post or when I go live. Y'all are the motherfucking best. Take care, print fam. Peace out.